Super busy week in scenic Santa Barbara. Elmer has saved some of the best for last, including a visit to the historical downtown area, Elmer.
Now, Paul, you and Ann are going to be proud of me tonight. Wait till you see this. Okay. Now, my final report on affordable Santa Barbara, one of Southern California's favorite spots for those 2- and 3-day mini vacations so very popular right now. No matter how many times I visit Santa Barbara, I always take time to visit the Mission, the Queen of the Missions, one of my favorite spots in the area. Just a few minutes away, the Santa Barbara Botanic Garden, 5 miles of well-marked trails wandering through 65 acres with an endless variety of native plants, flowers, and trees. It's also a good place to bring the children. Take time to visit the Santa Barbara Courthouse. Built in 1929, it's known as the most beautiful public building in America. There are free guided tours every day. One of the main attractions, the hand-painted murals depicting various stages in Santa Barbara's history.
And the draperies are the original with this building. That means they're almost 63 years old.
There's a lot of California's early history in the downtown area, and no better way to discover it than to join Elias Chiacos on a 2-hour walking tour where he makes the past come alive for all ages.
The old hotel, the Nardi Hotel, which was built in 1914, added on to an old soldier's house that you can just see the chimney of on the corner.
The Santa Barbara Zoological Garden, the zoo, is a perfect example of good things coming in small packages. It's considered one of the world's most beautiful zoos, and it is indeed very attractive. Plan to spend at least 2 hours here, more if you have the young ones in tow. They have more than 500 animals here. Most are found in open natural surroundings. There's a popular miniature train ride for children that goes on a 10-minute, mile-long journey through the zoo area. Oh yeah, adults are welcome too. Lots to see and do for the family, so much that sometimes the little ones just fade away for a few minutes. But if Mom and Dad can stay awake at night, head for the Plaka Greek restaurant. Order the flaming cheese dish called saganaki. The big attraction here, though, is when the owner, George, does his famous table dance. He almost looks like he's ready to take flight. And speaking of taking flight, have you ever wanted to soar through the air like a bird? Well, if so, there's a unique opportunity in Santa Barbara, Tandem hang gliding. You and an instructor can soar aloft in an unforgettable experience for $120. You'll start with ground school. Instructor Robert Brown has been flying hang gliders since 1977 and has more than 300 tandem flights behind him. Robert stresses safety and goes over the basics again and again until he's certain you have the routine perfect. Then you're driven to the top of a nearby mountain for the big adventure and to look over the area you'll be soaring over. And in a few minutes, you'll be running down the side of a mountain and launching into the air.
Here we go. Good. Keep running, keep running, keep running.
Once in the air, and depending on weather conditions, you could stay aloft for as much as an hour. I admit I was a bit nervous when the flight began, but after a few minutes, I calmed down and began to really enjoy the experience. It's unlike anything I've ever done before. Before I knew it, Robert and I were preparing to land. We both came into the upright position, and the flight was over all too soon. The landing, far more gentle than I expected.
Hey, what a deal. Great.
Well, we made it back to Earth. As always, I found many more attractions in Santa Barbara than time permits showing on the air, but the good news is they're all in my new 1992 Santa Barbara Guide. To get your free copy, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Santa Barbara Guide, Box A, Hollywood 90027.
You're a better man than I, Mr. Dills. I wouldn't go up in that thing.
Well, now that it's over, I'm going to do it again.
Well, I figured you would.
But I was frightened to death.
Thanks very much, Elmer.
Thanks, Elmer.
We've got some new information that came in while we were listening to your excellent